Hi, I'm Vicki Paquette with Duxbury Fitness and here for PCN's Health and Wellness. Today I want to talk a little bit about the lower back. Many clients come in suffering from lower back pain, and one of the first things they tell me is they want to avoid doing anything with their lower back because they're afraid of bothering it. They're afraid of spasms, of throwing their back out, and generally the idea is if they work their lower back, then they'll actually hurt their lower back, which couldn't be farther from the truth. Lower back pain usually stems from a weak lower back and a weak abdomen. It also stems from extreme tightness elsewhere. So avoiding any kind of lower back work makes you overcompensate with the upper back, the hamstrings, the quads, hips. Everything else takes over, making the lower back weaker and tighter, and then creating more pain. So today I'd like to show you a little bit of different stretches that you could do for the lower back. So the first stretch I'd like to show you targets the hamstring. The upper hamstring tightness is really the key in lower back tightness. Typically, people will tend to stretch their hamstrings and they hit more of the mid or lower area. So we want to really focus on where that hamstring attaches into the glute. So what I like to do is put one foot right up on the bench and sit down. So my goal is for my hamstring to actually touch my calf versus leaning forward. So my right leg, I'm dropping my knee down like a lunge and holding the bench slightly to give myself a little more pressure, letting myself relax and breathing through it so I sink right down into that hamstring and calf press. So the next stretch I'd like to show you actually stretches the piriformis. Piriformis syndrome can really affect lower back pain and actually mask itself as sciatica. So this stretch targets right across the top of the glute. Put my left leg up, and I want my leg flat with the bar as much as possible. And I'm dropping my back knee down to sink into the stretch. Again, you just want to focus on sinking down and not leaning. So where people tend to go wrong is they'll lean into it, and that puts more strain on the middle back. So keep yourself nice and straight and sink down. Another great upper and mid back stretch is to use the foam roller. Lift your hips up and support your head. You want to let your shoulder blades sink back and hips come down to the floor. So you're pushing your rib cage right up at the ceiling and try to just let yourself be slightly dead weight where you're just hanging right over it. This opens the rib cage, stretching out all the muscles that attach into the rib cage, as well as the middle back. So like we said when we first started, the lower back is key with stretching and strengthening. Today we touched just on stretching, but strengthening your back is just as important. So please don't ignore lower back exercises. Do your stiff-legged deadlifts, do your back extensions, don't ignore those. Speak with somebody who knows what they're doing so you do them well, and that will alleviate some lower back pain. Thank you for watching. I'm Vicki with PCN's Health and Wellness.